Welcome everyone to a truly awesome match between the Elite Assault under the guidance of Anarion, taking on the Warriors of Chaos, led by the mighty Mixel. So, for the Warriors of Chaos, in the front here, we are going to be vanguarded with two units here of the Marauder Horsemen. Going to be straight in the face here of the triple Illyrian Reavers. More than likely going to lose this combat. There's going to be 90 speed on both sides, but 140 range here for the Illyrian Reavers, but both will have fire whilst moving. In the back, we are going to have the Elite Chaos Knights here. 120 armor for the bad boys here on horseback. Fear, as well as some great melee stats here in the front, coming at 44 melee attack, 50 melee defense, but of course, they do struggle there with that very heavily armored speed stat. In the front here, we are going to have 4 units here of the Chaos Mortar Infantry. Pretty cheap and cheerful, good shields as well. Mixing in with the double Chaos Warrior Halberds. Good anti-large and arm-piercing damage. Great up against all those heavily armoured cavalry. In the middle, the double Chosen, 120 armour, silver shields as well. Making these boys super tanky there with 60 melee defense. In the back, we are going to have the double Forsaken as well, heavily armoured. Good speed as well as good weapon strength. They can really rip apart cheap infantry. They're going to be led by the Slanesh man himself, Prince Sigvald the Magnificent, here for stand or die. Heroic killing blows, slippery, and of course that auric armor coming in with that regen. Here on his left-hand side, we are going to have the Exalted Hero on foot there with the Mark of Khorne, giving him 73 melee attack as well as all those amazing extra stat bonuses with Foeseeker and the Hellfire Sword, a bit of an interesting choice. Probably high elves have one of the highest levels of fire resistance in the game, coming with Dragon Princes, the Talons of Allele, also moving in here with their Phoenixes. We also have Tyrion, and so many units within the roster here of the High Elves have fire resistance. So it's a bit of a bold move, Cotton, coming in with the Hellfire Sword, but it could pay off, we'll have to see. But Deadly Onslaught as well, just going to really increase that armor piercing and base weapon damage, both combined coming up to 50%, and also increasing that charge bonus alongside the Mark of Khorne, as well as that speed. And yeah, should be some great stuff here coming in for the Exalted Hero, I hope. But a really nice, relatively elite army here coming in from the Chaos. Obviously coming with Chaos Knights, a bucket loads of Chosen as well, mixing in with Chaos Warrior Halberds. Should be gorgeous to see them perform. So, alongside here, the 3 Illyrian Reaver Archers, we're going to have triple Sword Masters of Hoeth, the elite men here in the front with the great weapons here. The great swords should be able to chew apart against all of those heavily armoured troops, and of course coming in with the extra anti-infantry. These bad boys here, of course, do have the shield as well, thanks to the block there. They're going to be so nimble and accurate there with their swords. They're going to be able to slice apart all of the arrows coming in their favour. Now, what we can see here, we have the Major Shadows. Going to be quite expensive here. 4 spells, Pit of Shades, the Penumbral Pendulum, as well as Enfeebling Foe and Mystify Miasma. But we're also going to be having the Starwood Staff. Now, normally having both is quite good. They'll actually both help regen in the long term. But yeah, at least having one here for 4 spells is quite expensive. I don't think we get all 4 off here in this game, but I'm sure, you know, Pit of Shades certainly is a nice situational spell indeed. So for the Lord Choice, we are going to have the big man himself, Tyrion. He's going to be here with Sunfang, Stand Your Ground, as also Foeseeker, and the Heart of Avalon. And something here with the Feign Repose is just a gorgeous ability. 28 seconds, a plus 24 melee attack, melee defense, and physical resistance is so huge on a man that has base stats of 83 and 72, thanks to Martial Mastery. Fire resistance as well is certainly going to play a part here in this match for sure, I can think. 2 units of the Phoenix Guard here in the back, anti-large armor piercing, the elite men of the Assault coming forward here. The Protectors of the Flame aren't going to quite be in today, but of course, look at this. So many gorgeous designs here coming for the High Elves. Definitely the best looking faction in the game for sure. So on the front here, it looks like we are going to be immediately breaking up against the Marauder Horsemen. Nice work there in the front, coming in from Anarion. Looks like we are going to be charging here forward. We do actually have some more Marauder Horsemen players. We're going to be shooting into the flanks of the Sword Masters. 90 armor will help them. We do have 100 armor here as well for the Phoenix Guard. Looks like maybe... Oh, Melkor's Mystify Miasma going down. So down to 50 speed there, negative 25%. We might get in the backside here with the Major Shadows. Moving in with Tyrion as well. Mage should be up to 90 speed. Yeah, very nice stuff. So you should be able to get the back, cause some nice damage. You kill a couple of models here, which is really nice plays there coming in from Anarion. So Mixel does need to come forward. This battle line here hasn't quite reached... or at least turned here to meet the battle line of the High Elves. They're going to be on the hill. They're certainly going to have the high dominance. They are going to be Obi-Wan Kenobiing it here, and we are going to be waiting for the yet an upcoming, of course, the Anakin. On the floor here, we have the Marauder Horseman going to be kiting a little bit here into the front. You can see still chip damage. It certainly does help there. 5 models go down there for the Swordmasters of Hoeth. 90 armor is, you know, is decent, but it's not going to save you there against all these javelins. But you still have 28 missile strength, so they can certainly pick off models here if you're not careful. But now we are going to move forward here with the triple Allele Reaver archers. I don't know if this force has got enough punch. It has some armor piercing here on the flanks with the halberds, but I don't know if there's going to be enough here coming in from the Chosen. Chosen great weapons or Chosen halberds can certainly be very good in kind of all scenarios. You know, but of course you do pay for anti-large and armor piercing. So of course if you don't need it, you know, you've obviously overpaid for it. But you know, it's better to have it and not need it, in my opinion, than to need it and not have it. So, at the front here, the triple Allele Reaver archers getting ready here to something I don't think this is meant to happen, but so we are going to get a charge here. Yeah, there's a bit of an unfortunate micro situation there. We are going to get caught up with the Allele Reavers. Down at the front, though, the double here should be chasing off the broken Marauder Horseman. I don't think we'll be seeing this back anytime soon. But at the front here, looks like here we are going to get the Swordmasters of Hoeth charging in up against the Chaos Marauders. They're going to be fighting here. Berserkers going mental here up against the elite men of the Assault. Great swords in, doing some great damage here along the entire battle line. But look at that. So much great damage. We are going to see a Sunfang coming through as well here. Nice damage coming out of Tyrion. Stand your ground going down, plus 24 melee defense, and leadership should really help Bonds to the front line. A little bit late, it's going to be Sigfold, but he does come in. Looks like he just stand his ground himself. So then he's going to come in and give a nice good bolster here up against the Forsaken. But 66 weapon strength can certainly do some great damage here. They don't quite have the stats to hold up against Swordmasters. As you go, oh my god, Tyrion going down here, fighting Repose, fighting up against Sigfold. It's like here, 107 melee attack, 96 melee defense with 114 leadership. This is absolutely absurd here, fighting against Sigfold. It's like the Enfeebling Foe going down on him, reducing down to 46 melee attack. But it's like here, we do have Slippery to balance out the Enfeebling Foe. Heroic Killing Blow, look at those stats, so many negatives there. Brilliant work there coming out of the Major Shadows. Starwood stuff as well has been popped. Fate and Repose does drop, but it's like we do have the Exalted Hero in. So we are going to be doing that fire damage, which is going to be negative 45% there up against Tyrion. Also going to be having Deadly Onslaught, but he goes up to 631 weapon strength. So if he does hit, he can still hit pretty hard. But you can see Sigfold here is getting absolutely bent over here in the middle. He's going to be down to 1,100 health, and clearly showing here the Mana Slanesh does not stand up to the might of the Protector of the Flame here. Tyrion is going to be absolutely dumbstering the man here. And it looks like here, Sigfold, yeah, he's going to be done. He's going to be out. And when he does break, when he does go and lose that leadership, he will lose that auric armor. So he's not going to heal here. He's going to be down. He's apparently going to be at 34 leadership. But he got butchered so hard here by Tyrion that he wants no more. Negative 21. And it's like here, 400. It's like here, we are going to get a Penumbral Pendulum, maybe. Yeah, Penumbral Pendulum does go down the flanks there of the Chaos Marauders. Halberds get a little bit of a taste of the magic as well. But it's like here, we do drop with Sigfold. That is going to be negative 16 leadership as we move in here with the Chaos Marauders. And the Chosen on the side as well, fighting here up against the Swordmasters. And they do have excellent melee defense there at 60, but it's just not going to be enough armor piercing to punch up against the 90 armor here of the Swordmasters, especially with anti-infantry as well, coming in with those amazing bonuses to stats. They can really chew through the elite forces of the Chosen. The all-armoured metal men, unfortunately, are not going to be able to hold up enough here, but the halberds are in up against Tyrion. If he could pull back, it could be through this. Look at those meaty halberds coming through here. Tyrion is not a happy man here in this middle. Just one halberd between him and escape. And it looks like he is going to get away, but he is going to take a lot of chomp on the way out. And let's have a look here at the battlefield. So we get a nice, good, wide look. It looks like here, unfortunately, the Exalted Hero has been broken, but we are going to get some great push-off here with the Mage. So nice stuff here coming in from an Aryan. He's going to be pushing off the Exalted Hero. That's exactly what you need to do. Tyrion's going to come through for the butt slam as well. There we go. Nice big slam from behind. That's exactly what Tyrion is known to do. That is going to be shattered. Gorgeous hit. That's going to be Arminos's GG's. And well played there with the Phoenix Guard just coming in here at the end. Sadly, not too much action from them, but of course they're waiting in the wings just in case the Assault needed them. So Tyrion, 2,334 damage value. Excellent work there from him, with 350 there for the Mage of Shadows. 1,100, 1,886 with 1,850 from the triple Swordmasters of Hoeth. Excellent performance here, so good. 224 and 468 there for the Phoenix Guard. Of course, they're apparently this one got a second chevron, so I do want to tick over for chevrons because it did start with a chevron. So that one there only at 460 value. That's actually quite a cheap chevron there to gain in battle. That's quite interesting. That's kind of piqued my interest. But there, 400, 330, and 440 there for the Illyrian Reavers. Of course, they're just clearing out the chaff and helping deal with all this cavalry that was coming forward. And we have 611 there for Sigfold. He well and truly got slammed with 380 for the Exalted Hero. These two just weren't quite enough here to deal with the Protector of the Flame. Unfortunately, the man here just sent them off, sent them back in. and said see you later. But 250, 300 with 39 and 430. Even Marauders here for their cheap cost. They have brilliant melee stats. Of course, they don't pay for armor. They do pay for a shield, of course. They do get a bolster in melee defense for that. But they can really punch close to the weight. Of course, they are going to be fighting up against very elite units, so any damage they do is obviously going to have a good return. The same can't be said, though, for the Forsaken. 280 and 250. Here they pay a lot for armor. They have brilliant weapon strength, but of course the melee stats aren't quite going to be there. But when they do hit, they'll punch pretty hard. We can see 312 and 590 there for the Chaos Warrior Halberds. No real meaty targets apart from maybe Tyrion and the Major Shadows, with 400 and 300 there for the Chosen. Sadly, a lack of AP is just is really gonna hurt the Chosen. Even fighting up against White Lance and Trace, I think just having AP is always worth it on your Chosen. If you are going to bring them in, make sure you do come in here with some sort of great weapon variety. It is worth the extra cost, because if you fight White Lions, if you're fighting up against Sword Masters, or even heavily armored cavalry, to that matter, even if you come in with Silver Helms or Dragon Princes, you are going to want that AP bolster to really kind of rip apart these forces. So you're going to have 530 there for the Chaos Knights. They kind of got shut down by Melkoffs, as well as some nice rear charges there from Tyrion and the Major Shadows, and some good skirmish play here from the Illyrian Reavers. So unfortunately, they just kind of got dealt with pretty easy. But only 350 cost there for the Major Shadows. Yeah, a bit surprised it was so low. But 130 there with 315 for the Broader Horsemen. With a nice force, a good idea. This is definitely a step in the right direction here for Mixel. A couple of changes could certainly help this force for sure. I think maybe going a little bit wider there, Marauders, dropping the Forsaken, maybe bringing in some great weapons. You could certainly see yourself there with a bigger and better force. Drop the Hellfire Sword. I think you had maybe quite a lot of items there on the hero, but still a nice force otherwise. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a really nice example of a very elite force here coming in for the Asur. I hope you guys, I thought you might quite enjoy this one. So if you did, please smash that like button. It would really help here on the channel. Drop a comment down below about what you thought as well. I'd like to know all your thoughts and opinions. And other than that, if you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe on the channel. I am so close to 1,000. It would really, really mean a lot to me if you could push me just into those 4 figures. But if you haven't already, also do check out that description. You can find all my other social media platforms, including Twitch, but most importantly, Discord. Everything I ever do goes through Discord. That's going to be on my single player and my multiplayer stuff, as well as all of my other games that I do play, all my leagues and my tournaments. And then also you can find that replays for casting section where you guys can leave videos like this, or there's even a replays for kind of improvement section where you guys can also send in videos like this, where I can also kind of go through a little bit of depth and kind of give you guys some improvement tips about maybe some plays in the game that maybe didn't go so well, maybe some tips and improvements on your army composition, and all these kind of things as well. I generally do live streams on Twitch for that sort of thing, here for the Shortbeard League, which is my new player league, but also do some other things as well that I could certainly do a little bit more here on YouTube. But yes, other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon.